Hi, I hope you enjoy this new perspective. I'm testing this perspective out, see if you guys like it. Also, I finally got my glasses. Nice. I can finally see. Now, let me get started. A good man in a bad society. Now, let's define what a bad society is, right? A bad society is a society that rewards degenerate behavior, that rewards the worst traits humans have. Uh, a, a society that rewards disloyalty, dishonesty, infidelity, the worst of the worst traits you can have. Uh, Evil people thrive in bad societies. Evil thrives in bad societies. Bad societies enable the worst people to get control. A bad society is a society that lets depraved actions continue on, degenerate actions to continue on without any punishment or shame or ridicule. If this sounds familiar, um, maybe you're living in a bad society. I know I am. Um, we have political leaders associated with pedophiles. Uh, we have cults of satanic worshippers in the United States. Uh, Women are killing babies at a high rate. Uh, the the amount of infidelity, divorces, and just downright adultery is insane in this society. Now let's talk about good men. What is a good man to begin with? A good man, let's just say, are a man who upholds his values, a man who upholds his principles, his beliefs, and believes in doing good for others for the sake of being good. Doing things without really thinking, doing good things without really thinking ahead or of a reward. Good men uphold standards. They are strict, they have rigid beliefs. A good man is honest, loyalty, enduring, powerful. A good man gives. Good men do not thrive in a bad society. Good men die alone in a bad society. And that is what's happening in this age and day. That this is a bad society and good men are dying alone. And it's going to continue on because there is no solution, or there's no solution yet. But I don't really think there's going to be a solution because of the way people are these days. They're not very bright. So let's talk more about being a good man in a bad society. What would that might entail? Well, you're not going to be rewarded for being good. As a matter of fact, the better you are at being good, the more punishment you get. Let me repeat that one more time. The better you are a person, the more good you are, the more innocent, the better you are at being good, the more punishment, pain, and suffering you live through in a bad society, in many ways, in many forms. One way is that you're not going to get rewarded. I mean, obviously, for if you're a good person, you don't do a lot of things to get rewarded. But what I mean is that you're not going to get rewarded, you're going to get punished. Is that you're going to get more work. You're going to get more stress. When you're a good man in a bad society and you produce good results, the people who see those results, they see you as a tool now. They don't see you, oh my God, this is a good man. They see a tool. Oh, this guy can get me this. This good man can get me this much of X. Can do this X. And I want that X. I want the value he produces. So they take it away from you and you get nothing in return. This goes in companies, in schools, in any form of institution you go on a daily space if you're a good man. You do good things, you're just never really going to enjoy most of your labor. You will get you get temporary satisfaction with being good, but then there comes that lag of dread in which you feel like, I do a lot of good things. I do good work. Shouldn't I get a little bit more money, maybe a better position, more this or that? And when you ask and you tell them why, they tell you that's not good enough. Or they tell you, yeah, well, work harder and we'll see. And yet, it always seems like the laziest, dumbest, worst people are in management. Isn't that hilarious? Now, that may not be your case, but that was definitely a case for me, and I guess a case for many other people, many other good men out there. Now, let's see what's another way a good men are punishment in a bad society. The women. Good men and women in a bad society. Women in a bad society and good men don't mix well. And that's because women are advantageous, opportunistic, selfish. So a good man is a giver. He's a producer. He provides, as they say these days. A good man will keep on giving and giving until he gets good results, right? Doesn't work with women in bad society. Because a woman in a bad society is a woman with the worst traits. Just imagine that. So a high level of narcissism. Very, very selfish. An insane degree of entitlement. And very, very vindictive behaviors are in women in bad societies. This is a bad woman. Super narcissistic. Insane levels of entitlement. High levels of promiscuity. No shame. And a compulsive liar. These are all the traits of bad women or women in a bad society. Do you think that mixes well with what I describe as a good man? Do you think a good man would survive a woman in a bad society? I tell you this, no. The good man ends up being drained completely of everything, whether that be emotion, time, energy, money, just life. And the woman would do this in a bad society. The woman would just keep on doing it to the next one, until each one of them either dies, runs away, or is so drained that she just goes off on her own. So yeah, that's the one punishment men have to face, good men in a bad society. Bad society rewards bad men, though. Just look at our politicians. They're being associated with Jeffrey Epstein. That's another good example. Jeffrey Epstein, a bad person, super wealthy, did a horrible lot of things. The men that that sleep with the women that are of this age, you think they're good men? I mean, look at the statistics for single mother households. That would tell you that there's not a lot of good men. Look at the criminal cases. Look at the type of men that these women sleep with and have children with. Not all women, but a huge proportion do. And I can't give women the treatment that they're an exception, because that's not the exception. The general rule is that most women love trash. That is the general rule, at least in my perspective. Modern women love trash. So, when you have men of trashy behaviors and backgrounds, they get the benefits of society. They get opportunities to make more money. They get opportunities with women. They get seen better than most, and that's because they do bad things. Good men are never gonna win in a bad society. It's impossible, because it's rigged against us. So when there's a society and it's rigged against you, what do you do? What is the solution? You leave. You simply leave. You don't care, you don't try, you're not going to fix it, you're not going to work on it. You work alone in the dark and you leave. That is the only way to survive as a good man in a bad society. You abandon your society and you go off somewhere else. Where? Who knows? Because, you might leave one bad society to go enter to another bad society with different issues, So, be careful when you go and leave. Try to think about where you want to be, what type of society you want to stay in. Because I know I don't want to stay in the society that I'm in currently, the USA, the American society. Oh, it's so dreadful here. Peace.